Hello students, today in our environmental issue lesson, we will be dealing about greenhouse effects and global warming. So what is greenhouse? What is greenhouse? Greenhouse is a small glass house. Yeah, greenhouse is a small glass house actually. Yeah. Greenhouse is a small glass house used for growing plants during winter. You could have seen this greenhouse in the hilly areas like Ooty, Kodaikanal, all those areas you could have seen, no? A house built with glasses actually. What is the greenhouse? For example, if sunlight falls on here, since it is glass, it will reflect over here and again it will reflect back, again keeps on reflecting like this, so that the temperature inside this house will be warmer than that of the outer areas. So the glass panel lets the light in, but it does not allow the heat to escape, that the greenhouse warms up. Greenhouse effect is a natural phenomena that causes heating of Earth's surface and atmosphere, and it maintains the present average temperature 15 degrees Celsius. Without greenhouse gases, probably the average temperature of Earth crust would have gone to minus 18 degrees Celsius, that it would have gone to frozen state. Again, this greenhouse, you have this effect, right? You have this effect, incoming radiations, your greenhouse gases. This is that picture and this is that picture for the next paragraph. See, this graph is pretty important. It is there in your NCERT. You have 60% of carbon dioxide as greenhouse gas, methane, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon and NO2. So you have this UV rays coming in, absorbed by Earth's, escaping radiation, your deforestation. You burn you cut all trees so that the carbon dioxide is not being trapped. Chemical fertilizer, CFCs from your scent, AAC, then oil and all those things are greenhouse gases, and this graph is pretty important. Yeah, the clouds and gases reflect 1/4 of the incoming solar radiation and absorbs it. Yes, but half of the solar radiation falls on the Earth's surface, heating it, and of course, while some are reflected back. The Earth's surface re-emits heat as infrared radiation. Yes, but a part of infrared is absorbed by the atmosphere gases, that is O2 and methane, and cannot escape. And these gases, greenhouse gases, radiate heat energy. It comes to Earth's surface, thereby heating it again causes greenhouse effect. So methane, carbon dioxide, CFC and NO2 are some greenhouse gases. Overheating of Earth due to greenhouse gases is called as global warming. During the past centuries, the temperature of the Earth has been increased to 0.6 degrees Celsius, most of them during the last 3 decades. So what happens? See this picture, your icebergs getting melted, so all the ocean levels are getting increased, you have change in temperature, there are some countries which gets more rainfall, the storms are unpredicted. The summer seasons are going warmer and warmer day by day, year by year, and the winter season are getting colder year by year. Climatic changes, melting of ice caps, Himalayan snow caps, rise in sea levels that submerge many of the coastal areas. El Nino effect, what is that? An abnormal weather pattern caused by the warming of Pacific Ocean, yes, near the equator of coast of South America. Means El Nino means it is an abnormal weather pattern caused by the warming of Earth's atmosphere, especially near Pacific Ocean. Again, we can go for Go Green concept, control of global warming, reduce the use of fossil fuel, yes, improve efficiency of energy usage, reduce deforestation and plant trees so that the carbon dioxide has been absorbed, slowing down the growth of human population. International initiatives are also being taken to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases. What are those initiatives? What is that continuity of this? The continuity of this is going to be the ozone depletion. Of course, you know there are two things. One is going to be the greenhouse gases. Once the greenhouse gases keeps on increasing, you have an effect called as ozone depletion. You have this greenhouse gases, and above that you have this ozone, right? The ozone is, say for example, we can say it is a sunscreen of our Earth, where it prevents the harmful radiation entering in our Earth's atmosphere. See, in 1979, the ozone was like this, and they have created a hole due to this increase in greenhouse gases. As a result, it has formed a hole like this. See, you have this troposphere, ozone, stratosphere. This acts as an, say for example, the natural barrier of it, and you have this property. You have the normal atmosphere, and you have this red color where you have the emission of more CFCs from the industries. Yes, you have this called as good ozone where O2, O3 plus chlorine. See, you have this all these good and bad things. Ozone, the main work of ozone is to re-radiate the UV rays from the sun. So bad ozone is formed in the troposphere, it harms plants and animals. Good ozone is found in the stratosphere, it acts as a shield absorbing ultraviolet radiation from the sun. UV rays are highly injurious since they causes mutation. You know what is mutation is, a sudden change. The thickness of ozone in the column of air from the ground to the top of the atmosphere is measured in the units called as Dobson units. You can make a note of this also. So how is this being done? A good ozone, see, chlorine plus ozone, chlorine monoxide, and you have this O2 split it up. Chlorine monoxide, but oxygen gives you chlorine plus oxygen. So you have this, see, from industries, it goes up. In stratosphere, UV rays act as a molecular oxygen. UV rays act on molecular oxygen, sorry. UV rays act on molecular oxygen, yes, causing the production of ozone. UV rays also causes the degradation of ozone to O2. This has to be balanced actually. What happens? UV acts on molecular oxygen to give this, right? UV also causes the degradation of that. So O3 degrades to form O2 and UV. Like that, it has to be in balanced form. But this balance is disrupted by the, this process is made imbalanced due to the ozone degradation substances such as chlorofluorocarbon, we normally referred as ODS, chlorofluorocarbon, used in refrigerants. CFCs move upward and reach the stratosphere. UV rays act on CFCs releasing chlorine atoms. The presence of chlorine catalyst, ozone degrades to O2. This causes ozone depletion. It has formed ozone hole over Antarctic region. It has created an ozone hole actually. So CFC, you have chlorine, this chlorine atoms, in the presence of chlorine, ozone degrades with O2, and it forms a ozone depletion. Impacts of ozone depletion, of course, you have this UV radiation of shorter wavelength. It almost reaches the Earth's atmosphere where it causes mutation of DNA, it causes aging of skin, damage to skin cells and skin cancer. And high dose of UVB causes inflammation of cornea, snow blindness, cataract, etc. And of course, it permanently damages the cornea. Of course, these are the effects of UV. In order to prevent all these things, in order to make control for all these chaoses, there is a protocol called as Montreal Protocol, was signed in the year 1987, was signed to control the emission of ozone depleting substances. What is that? That is what I refer as ODS, ozone depleting substances. The protocols were developed and the developing countries signed it for the emission of chlorofluorocarbons and other ozone depleting substances. Of course, it was 1987 to that of 2012. So in this chapter or in this topic actually, we learnt about the greenhouse gases and the ozone depletion. Probably in the next class, we will be dealing some interesting topic like this. Thank you, students.